Chikungunya. The virus spreading in China. What you need to know. In the crowded streets of China, another health threat is emerging. Its name is difficult to pronounce but impossible to ignore. Chikungunya. While the world's attention has been focused on other diseases, this mosquito-borne virus has been quietly making its way into new territories, and now it's knocking on China's door. What is chikungunya? How dangerous is it? And should you be worried? Today, on The Truth Travels, we uncover the facts, separate fear from reality, and reveal how you can protect yourself. What is chikungunya? Chikungunya is a viral disease caused by the chikungunya virus, ChiKV, primarily spread to humans through the bite of infected Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquitoes, the same species known for spreading dengue and Zika viruses. The word chikungunya comes from the Kimakonde language spoken in southeastern Africa, and it means that which bends up, referring to the contorted posture of people suffering from severe joint pain during infection. The virus was first identified in Tanzania in 1952, and for decades it remained mostly confined to Africa and parts of Asia. However, in recent years, it has expanded its reach across the world. Outbreaks have been recorded in India, Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, the Caribbean, and even parts of Europe and the Americas. This global spread has been aided by increased travel, trade, urbanization, and climate change, which has allowed mosquito populations to thrive in new regions. This isn't a new virus, but its sudden appearance in China is raising concerns among public health experts because of its potential to spread quickly in urban areas with high mosquito populations. How does it spread? The chikungunya virus is transmitted almost entirely through mosquito bites. Here's how the cycle works. A mosquito bites a person who already has the virus in their blood. The virus multiplies inside the mosquito over several days. The infected mosquito bites another person, passing the virus into their bloodstream. Unlike COVID-19, chikungunya doesn't spread directly from person to person. It needs a mosquito as the middleman. However, with global travel and warmer climates expanding mosquito ranges, outbreaks can appear in places far from the virus's origins. When chikungunya enters the human body, it begins its journey at the site of the mosquito bite. The virus multiplies in local tissues, then enters the bloodstream, spreading to muscles, joints, skin, and even the liver. The immune system responds with inflammation, which is why patients experience fever, swelling, and pain. Unlike dengue, where bleeding complications are common, chikungunya is mainly characterized by joint-related symptoms. These can be so intense that people have difficulty walking, working, or even sleeping. This disease is particularly concerning for elderly individuals, newborns, and people with underlying medical conditions. Symptoms and warning signs. Chikungunya symptoms usually appear 4 to 8 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito, though they can occur in as little as 2 days or as long as 12 days. Common symptoms include sudden high fever, severe joint pain, often debilitating, muscle pain, headaches, rash, fatigue. Most cases are not fatal, but the pain can last for weeks, and in some cases, joint issues can persist for months. Chikungunya versus dengue and Zika. Because it shares the same mosquito carriers, chikungunya often appears alongside dengue and Zika outbreaks. However, dengue is more likely to cause severe bleeding and low platelet counts. Zika is dangerous for pregnant women due to birth defect risks. Chikungunya is known for extreme joint pain but rarely causes death. The situation in China. Recent reports suggest that cases of chikungunya have been detected in several regions of China, particularly in southern provinces where the climate is ideal for Aedes mosquitoes. While the outbreak is currently limited, experts fear it could escalate, especially during the warmer months when mosquito populations boom. Chinese health authorities have already begun vector control measures, spraying insecticides, removing stagnant water sources, and issuing public health warnings. Global spread and climate change. Chikungunya's spread isn't just a Chinese problem, it's a global one. In the past 2 decades, outbreaks have occurred in Asia, Africa, the Americas, and even parts of Europe. One of the major driving forces behind its spread is climate change. Warmer temperatures and increased rainfall create ideal breeding grounds for mosquitoes. Urbanization and global travel add fuel to the fire, enabling the virus to cross borders with ease. Treatment and prevention. There's currently no specific antiviral treatment for chikungunya. Doctors focus on relieving symptoms through rest and hydration. Pain relievers, acetaminophen or paracetamol. Avoiding aspirin and NSAIDs until dengue is ruled out to prevent bleeding risks. Prevention is the most effective defense. Wear long sleeves and pants in mosquito-prone areas. Use insect repellents with DEET, picaridin, or oil of lemon eucalyptus. Sleep under mosquito nets in high-risk zones. Eliminate standing water near homes. Could it become a global emergency? While chikungunya is not considered as deadly as some viruses, its rapid spread and ability to cause widespread illness mean it shouldn't be underestimated. An outbreak can strain healthcare systems, disrupt economies, and cause long-term suffering for thousands of people. Health organizations stress the importance of early detection, mosquito control, and public awareness. At the community level, resilience building is essential. This includes training local health workers to recognize chikungunya early, setting up rapid diagnostic facilities, and ensuring that outbreak response teams can be mobilized quickly in rural areas. Mobile health units can provide testing and treatment support while delivering health education to remote communities during non-outbreak periods. These units can also be used for surveillance, collecting mosquito samples and checking for virus presence in vector populations. The social dimension of chikungunya should not be overlooked in past outbreaks. Fear and misinformation have sometimes spread alongside the virus. People may mistakenly believe that the disease is spread directly from person to person, or that it can be treated with unproven remedies. Public health communication must be clear, accurate, and culturally sensitive, using trusted community leaders and local languages to ensure that messages reach all parts of society. Social media can be a double-edged sword, spreading both reliable information and rumors. Authorities must actively engage online to counter misinformation and provide timely updates. In China, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, or China CDC, plays a central role in monitoring mosquito-borne diseases. Their strategy for chikungunya involves several layers of defense. First, they run national and provincial-level surveillance programs that track mosquito populations across different regions, looking for changes in species distribution and density. Second, they monitor hospitals and clinics for unusual clusters of patients with fever, rash, and joint pain, and ensure that laboratory testing is available to confirm cases. Third, they maintain contact with international health bodies like the World Health Organization (WHO) to share data and receive alerts when outbreaks occur abroad that could be imported into China. The World Health Organization classifies chikungunya as a disease of epidemic potential, meaning it can cause sudden widespread outbreaks and has no widely available vaccine yet. WHO supports affected countries by providing technical guidance, laboratory support, and sometimes emergency funding for vector control campaigns during outbreaks. WHO also helps standardize diagnostic testing and reporting so that cases can be compared across countries. In 2015, for example, WHO coordinated efforts in the Americas when chikungunya spread rapidly from the Caribbean into Central and South America. In conclusion, chikungunya is a mosquito-borne viral disease with significant health and economic impacts. While it is not usually fatal, its ability to cause severe joint pain and long-term complications makes it a serious public health concern. China's current vigilance is warranted given the presence of Aedes mosquitoes, and the increasing global movement of people and goods. Prevention relies on a combination of vector control, public education, surveillance, and potentially vaccination in the near future. As climate change and urbanization alter the landscape of disease risk, proactive planning and sustained investment will be essential to keep chikungunya and other mosquito-borne diseases under control. The story of chikungunya is a reminder that in our interconnected world, an outbreak in one region can quickly become a challenge for many, and that protecting public health requires both local action and global cooperation. Chikungunya may not be a household name yet, but the speed at which it's moving reminds us that in our interconnected world, no virus is ever far away. Whether you're in China, America, Africa, or Europe, the fight against mosquito-borne diseases is a shared one. Stay informed, stay protected, and stay ready, because here on The Truth Travels, we believe the truth should always reach you before the virus does.